This is the fourth hour with Stu and Pat.
Hello there.
Hi.
We are back, and welcome back, Stu.
Thank you very much. How did the show go when I wasn't here?
I think it went. It was horrible.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
It was almost probably unlistenable.
That is
4 hours.
Everything that I've heard about that is a lot. That's been the case.
Sure,
it's been this. I would say the scientific consensus. People from all around the globe have come together, and there's some things insights that are fact.
Yeah,
and the fact is that the program the last 2 days has been just horrific.
There are two facts in life. Mm-hmm. That's one of them, and the other is that it's irrefutable the climate change calamity that's coming our way.
Oh, the calamitous.
The disaster.
Disastrous.
In fact, do we have... I think we have evidence of that. Dave in California joins us here on the fourth hour. Hey, Dave.
Hey.
Dude.
What's up?
Hey, so I live in Pine Valley, California. It's 48 miles east of the San Diego airport.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And it's snowing like the dickens.
Seriously?
No.
Seriously. Yeah,
it is April 21st in San Diego County, California, and it's snowing?
Yeah, it's climate change. It's going to do us in.
Is that serious?
Oh my gosh.
Can that be possible? Do you live on top of a really tall Everest-style mountain that I don't know about?
Well, it's 4,000 feet. I mean, the highest peak in San Diego County is 4,000 feet. And, the mountain goes up to 6,500. They get a lot of snow. We get snow a couple of times a winter, but
can you take some footage of it and send it to us?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd love that. I'd love to see. Is it sticking on the ground too? Is it sticking?
Yeah. No, my roof is covered. It looks like a postcard.
That is hilarious.
That's amazing.
Yeah, send it to Keith at glennbeck.com. Send us a link to the footage or pictures or something.
Thanks, Dave. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
You're talking about it might snow more in April?
It's an unimaginable, to quote my New York Times op-ed about global warming, it's an unimaginable calamity requiring large-scale preventive measures.
Al, if I may interrupt, why you've been telling us for years that you know exactly what's going to happen over the next 100 years. Why is it unimaginable? Sure, haven't you been imagining it? In fact, it as a fact. How could it be
so bad that even the things I imagined are unimaginable now?
Really? Really? That's how it works.
This could lead to the displacement of hundreds of millions of climate refugees, civil unrest, chaos, and the collapse of governance in many developing countries.
Oh my.
Large-scale crop failures and the spread of deadly diseases.
This is just all his op-eds are just a list of bad things.
It's unbelievable.
He just lists all the things you might be scared of and then just applies them to global warming.
Stupid. I mean, this is shameless stuff. This is just it's unimaginable that they can continue this scam in the face of all the evidence to the contrary. This has been so discredited and disproven, and it's all fallen apart. And he comes out and says even more outrageous things than he did before.
Well, and he said that. I mean, the scientists have said that over and over again, that was their strategy here. They knew that people wouldn't go along with just coming out and saying a sort of rational argument. We're a little bit worried about X, Y, or Z. You have to make... I'm going to pull out the quotes. I'll do it.
All right. You got the quotes? Is it from Earth and Balance, or is that what it was from?
This one is from... I'm pulling these from an Inconvenient book.
Right, but you got it... Did you get... you put these quotes in an Inconvenient book from one of his, isn't that right? Because I know of one of his where he said, we have to exaggerate the problem.
Yeah, that's the one.
In order to get people to listen. It's our SUVs that are causing this fever.
There's so many good ones in here. It's, honestly, some of them are directly, because you expect politicians to do what Gore does to some degree, to use even a legitimate case and make it ridiculous. But you have actual lead authors of the IPCC. Let me give you Stephen Schneider. This is one of my favorite ones. To capture public imagination, we have to offer up some scary scenarios, make simplified, dramatic statements, and little mention of any doubts one might have. Each of us has to decide the right balance between being effective and being honest. That is from Stephen Schneider. He's a lead author of the 2007 UN IPCC report.
So they spelled out their agenda. They spelled out how they were going to scam the American people. And it still worked.
Yes.
It's like, you know what it's like? Glenn and I, when we worked together the first time around on dumb FM morning shows, we used to do Candid Phone. And we'd call people and do some dumb phone scam. And then at the end, okay, it was like we called, for instance, we called one woman who was going in for surgery. She had some sort of liver disorder. Mm-hmm. And one of her friends called and said she's really concerned about it, but this will lighten her mood. Call her and tell her that you found some problem with her liver and you're going to have to replace it. So we called her and told her. And
this sounds like a terrible idea.
Very bad idea.
Yes.
Especially in today's world. You just can't get away with this.
No.
But so we called this woman and we told her that we were the doctor, and we always made up these phony names that fit the scenario. But anyway, this doctor was going to stop by the grocery store and pick up a calf liver. We'd be at her place in about 15 minutes, and we could just put it in real quick. Anyway, she was like, and she bought into it. I mean, people don't know. They don't expect that kind of stuff. But this would be like you calling them in advance and saying, hey, in about 15 minutes, we're going to call you and tell you we're going to put you a calf liver in. And then she still believes it.
Right. After revealing exactly that it was a scam.
Yes.
It's like
after revealing it's a scam, then doing the scam, and it still works.
Right. It's absurd. And I don't know. I mean, people typically aren't, interested in going too into depth in these things, and I understand that. But when you have statements like that from people who are this isn't a guy who said this at the beginning of the movement and has been, excommunicated. This is a man who is leading the movement. He's one of the scientists that is a lead author in the IPCC currently. This is not some past crazy guy. Like, we talk about some of these guys. Oh, well, in 1970 they said this. In 1975 they said this. But typically, you like to see those people get removed because of those things. And they're always still doing it.
What's interesting is that the people who are saying the outrageous, stupid things like they were worried about a second ice age in 1975.
Yeah.
Are some of the guys who say the exact opposite now.
Yeah, Schneider's one of them. Yeah, he was one of them.
James Hansen from NASA is another leading proponent of climate change nonsense, and people still buy into his stuff. Yeah. And you even point out, look, this is the same guy who told us in 1975 we were headed toward a global ice age.
Yeah.
Now he's saying we're headed for heat catastrophe. And it's for the same reason. Which is it?
Yeah, I get these guys confused at some point.